So here we go. Another one of these. And I'd just like to say if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, that'd be much appreciated. Um, so Elio, where are we at with it? Well, it's got good reviews. That's because it's a damn good movie. A lot of the audience that actually went to see it, um, it's good. It's a good movie, but I will say this. It is not the best animated movie ever made. It is not probably even in the top 10. It might not even be in the top 20, but to say that it's a bad movie, that's pretty tough because my wife said, she wanted to see it. Then I saw online how little money it made, and I thought, man, okay, let's give it a shot. And honestly, I think after coming out of the movie theater and like really sitting there and talking with her in the car, I was like, damn, it's sad that this movie didn't do that well at all. Because we won't get any more of these. Do not think for a fucking second that they're going to pump money into something that failed this hard. This is one of their worst ever openings. It made like $21 million with a budget of $150 million. And I think the sad thing is, if this opened on a different weekend, this is how fucked up this is. This is Disney and Pixar. Pixar and Disney, okay, two people. They decided that what they should do is open up against How to Train Your Dragon. And I don't know how many family people that I have that like watch me, but if you're a dad or you're a mom, you already know that if your kid tells you that they want to see How to Train Your Dragon and not Elio, you're going to go see that. And if you only really go to the movies every now and then, hell, it could be 3 months between movie trips, and your kid really wants to see Elio or really wants to see How to Train Your Dragon, you're going to go see it. And I think most parents were going to go toward the movie that they already know everything about. And I've seen a lot of stuff online already talking about, because of Disney's actions before and Pixar, they were already on their shit about, oh, it's going to be woke. It's going to be woke. Well, I have actually terrible news for you guys. It's not woke at all. And you know what that means? That means all these fucking people who can only think about woke shit that would have seen this movie, and there's millions of them, dude. They didn't see it because they thought it could be woke. And I think that's just a damn shame, because when I went to this movie, I had low expectations. I said, man, this movie has not made any money. Now, I hadn't seen the reviews, but when I got home and I decided, I'm going to record this video, I looked at the reviews and I said, yeah, about right. Great reviews. Why? Because it's like a really decent movie. It has no woke shit in it at all. You can't even make a slight argument for woke shit in this movie. There is none. It's the most non-woke movie that we've had in a while, that didn't change shit, that didn't flip stuff around, that didn't, okay? And it's sad because those people are so dead set in their fucking ways and groups that they put the message out there that this was going to be a woke movie, and look what happened. And I think we're at that stage where, bro, y'all got to give it a rest. Y'all got to give it a rest, because here's the thing. This movie was not bad. I know that the choice was between How to Train Your Dragon and this movie. I get that. I totally understand that. And I know that 28 Days Later opened up, and there was, The Last Rodeo. There's a bunch of different movies, and there was a bunch of different movies that released the last 2 weeks that if you only take one trip in a span of a month, or you only take one trip to the movies in the span of a couple months, there was some heavy hitters released. So you can't see them all. And the reason I think Elio got the we'll wait until streaming treatment is because the woke shit, and then people just had the wrong impression. It does, but again, I think the major factor here is that it really opened up on the wrong day. They could have pushed this back. They could have pushed this back a little bit. But I assume Disney was guessing, or they were guessing, that they would open up against How to Train Your Dragons and just win. But I'm sorry, How to Train Your Dragon was actually pretty good. And I'll be doing a video on that. I actually need to do that right now, set that up. How to Train Your Dragon. But, if you're a parent, you're definitely going to lean toward How to Train Your Dragon because it has Gerard Butler and Nick Frost in it. Now, if you're a parent, those two, it's going to be an easy sell for you. And it's live action. You actually get to see the actors, not just their voice. So, man, this fucking sucks. Elio's a good movie. If you have the chance, I would go and see it. If you have the money and you have the chance, I would genuinely go and see it. It is not that bad. It does suck that you have to keep in mind that this movie really had the setup for a second one, and that's never going to happen. I don't think they're going to put a series out. I don't think they're going to put a second one. It was really set up for it. And that's what sucks is the two main characters, if they had a series, it would be really good. It would be a really good series. I'd watch the shit out of it. I don't know if many of you have actually seen Trolls, but it had that vibe to it. It did have that vibe to it. It's not as good as that, but it had the vibe. And I think it's just a damn shame. I just can't. I just can't, man. It's so sad that happened. But either way, it opened up against a bunch of stuff. And I think that maybe they will admit, the studio will admit, like, hey, yeah, we fucked up on our opening. We should have done it here, whatever, after they see the reviews. But I just don't know. These companies can't keep risking hundreds of millions of dollars and not feel the burn. And I think that's where we're at, is Elio absolutely, despite the reviews, cost them a fucking chunk of money. See this? I want you guys to see this shit because I'm not kidding. Look at that. Is Elio LGBTQ? That's one of these. Listen, in order for this to be up there, that means so many fucking people searched it that the fucking algorithm had to make a thing for it. I just think that that's insane, dude. And it's not even correct because it's an AI thing, dude. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. It's all over the place in here. It's all over the place. I don't know why that message was pushed so hard. People pushed the message that this thing had gay shit in it, that it had a bunch of shit in it. It doesn't have any of that shit in it. At all. None. Zero. It blows my fucking mind because this was actually a huge win for people like that. And they're so blinded by their shit nowadays that they can't just pull their heads out of their asses for 5 seconds to make a decision on their own without going to Google with this AI lying garbage shit. God, bro, that's insane. That is insane. That pisses me off so much. Because I'm sitting there watching this movie, having those same assumptions that, but that doesn't stop me. I do this and I love movies and I'll go see stuff. Like, I'll see stuff that's bad and I'll make a fucking video on it and I'll explain it to other people. But man, you got to be absolutely kidding me with this crap. I don't know where these groups are on the internet, but I don't know how they could have got this so wrong or why they pushed this so hard on this specific film. I guess because it's Disney and Pixar. They just, anything to hurt Disney and Pixar, but that's crazy, dude. You cannot ask a company to change and twist their arm, and when they do, you won't even see the movie. That's insane. I get it. A lot of those people did not like Strange World. They did not like a few things that Disney has done lately. And dude, I don't either, but like to blindly believe. And we're not talking about a small amount of people here. We're talking about tens of millions. Millions to tens of millions of people actively said and pushed the idea that this was a woke movie and it was not seen. And I mean, I get it. Again, it opened up against How to Train Your Dragon, Gerard Butler, Nick Frost. But fuck me, dude. And that was not a bad movie either. It wasn't. It wasn't a bad choice if you had to pick between the two. We went and saw both. Fuck me. I cannot believe that. It pisses me off because all it is people making shit up to damage a company. But it's like, if the company is willing to work with you and put content out that matches your standards, you should be willing to meet them halfway, not blackball them and fucking make sure the company loses. Like, if they're willing to change and they're willing to put up the money and like do the thing, damn. And I get, some of you would be like, hey, you're a male, you're old, and it's a cartoon. That's not really what it's about. That's not what it's about. It's about the whole principle of the entire thing. Had it been live action and they did it, that would probably be just the same. But it's also, I'm being influenced by the fact that, I have a Disney wife and she likes animated movies and we go and we see these things. I would rather them be like Elio than than half the shit that's come out lately. And I think that that's just fucking appalling that this movie got dumpstered so hard over such dumb shit. No one walked out of this. No one hated it. The reviews are fucking terrific. It's sad, man. But hey, what are you going to do? The truth is, again, my recommendation is go see it. And if you, I realize this is not my typical review. I'm actually kind of pissed off that I found that during the review of this, that it was just being pushed so hard, but it is what it is. I make tons of these things. I tell the truth. I don't fuck around. I answer every single comment. So if you want to talk about it, I'm here to listen. I will see you in the next one.